Donald Trump's approval rating is through the roof if you follow his Twitter handle. He did tweet this image, which, as it would happen, is a graphic from a Fox News show. Who would think that he's watching Fox News all day? And if you'll see on the economy, his approval rating, according to Georgetown Politics, is 58%. And his overall soaring approval, as it says, is 55%. So Trump tweets, "Great news, hashtag MAGA." That happened. And then Lou Dobbs, it was brought to his attention and others that this was not as accurate as he might have hoped. So Mo Eliathi, who conducted the original survey, tweeted this. He said, "I'm the director of GU Politics, and this graphic is incorrect. The battleground poll shows a 58% approval on the economy, sure, but it shows only 43% overall approval and 52% disapproval. The 55% number is president's unfavorable rating." So he was bragging about how he had this favorable rating. It turned out it was unfavorable. Amazing.
So first of all, it's funny because he's an idiot, haha. But now let's get to some of the ramifications of how unintelligent the president is. So first of all, the tweet is still up. So that means there is no staffer in the White House who has the nerve to go talk to this insecure president and tell the man-child, "Hey, that's a little embarrassing, that we got that one wrong. Let's pull the tweet down because people are gonna keep talking about it if you still leave it up." Apparently, there's not a single person in the White House who can even talk any sense or give a single fact to the president of the United States. That's a dangerous situation. Okay, number two, he was too incompetent to even realize how extraordinary that number would be. Now, if I saw that number, if Brett or Jayar or anybody said, "Hey, Cenk, Trump's at 55% approval rating," I'd go, "No, he's not. Really? No, we're gonna need to double check that and triple check that." Why? Because I don't like Trump? No, because I know, since I follow the news, that Donald Trump has never broken 50% in approval rating. So it would be extraordinary if he all of a sudden jumped up to 55%. So given that context, because I actually know facts and I know the news, I'd be like, wow, that's super interesting. That's very newsworthy. If he really is at 55%, we should cover it on the show, right? And we should try to figure out why, because that's so surprising. Now, Trump doesn't think that at all. He sees, I've got a 55% approval rating, and it doesn't occur to him that he's actually been sitting in the 40s and sometimes the 30s his whole presidency, and that it would be super weird for him to jump up to 55. It never even occurs to him, so that he doesn't even bother double checking before he announces it to the whole world.
And think of how that translates to everyone who watches Fox News. I mean, on this show, I don't know if it was this show, The Damage Report, where they showed that people who watch, like Republicans who watch Fox News, have a wildly different view of reality than Republicans who don't watch Fox News. So for Trump, he contributes to Fox News, creates that reality. People who watch that take that reality. Trump himself takes that reality as true. And that happened right here. He didn't question it for a second, and neither do a vast majority proven of people who watch Fox News.
It's also a possibility that he's never gonna take that down. No one's gonna talk to him. If someone did go and speak to him, he could possibly say, well, it doesn't matter, because there's still enough people that will believe it. I can leave it up because there's still a significant number of my crazed fans that will go, well, that's true. I don't care what anyone else says. The Trump still has it up, so he's right. It's when you build this coalition of, I'm the only one you need to listen to. I alone, don't forget those two words. I alone, he said, from the beginning of his presidency, can protect you, whatever he said. But I alone is the operative word here. So don't believe anyone else. Not even Lou Dobbs, who did it incorrectly, which also, I think, begs the question, did his producers know what they were doing, or are they also so deep in the mud that they have no idea that they're completely flipping the numbers? Because now that's manipulation of your viewers on purpose.
You found the, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, no, I don't think they knew. I think that your theory is right, that they're so in the mud, as you said, that they think, well, of course, 55%. But think about that too. Lou Dobbs, all of his producers, they don't know the news at all either. Like, that should have surprised them. Someone in the building should have double checked that number, given how much it stands out from every number we have on Trump's approval ratings. But apparently none of them know the news.
And also, like, who calls it out? Who was the one who called it out? It's people like us who sadly have to follow Donald Trump's Twitter. Because it's not his fans. None of his fans were like, actually, you better check that out. It's people like us who, probably to the detriment of our health, are following Trump and multiple times a day get these notifications and you're just like, wait, that's not right. Maybe I'll ask a question about it. Jayar found the correction that Lou Dobbs made, which itself, you have to see for yourself. Take a look.
We have new poll numbers tonight on a growing issue, at least amongst the radical Dems that we'd like to share with you tonight. But before we get to those numbers, I'd like to repair something I got wrong last night, incorrectly reporting that a Georgetown poll showed the president had an overall approval rating of 55%. The number, in fact, is 43%. That same poll found that President Trump has a 58% approval rating for the handling of the economy. Now to those numbers on reparations, and I assure you, at least most of these numbers are correct. Just kidding, just kidding.
First of all, we just talked about Ilhan Omar and belittling like something, just them saying, oh, how insensitive are you to say something about 9/11. This guy's belittling stats about reparations.
No, yeah.
Slavery, the great American embarrassment. That is what he's belittling. So where is everyone's outrage on that point?
I think Max Rose went on Fox. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. He went on Max Rose to bash fellow Democrat Ilhan Omar. All right, I want to add one other question to this because Jayar really hit on something there about his followers. So MAGA guys, a quick question for you guys. You can leave comments down below. So do you now think that Trump has a 55% approval rating? Like even though the pollsters say, no, they just read the poll wrong. He doesn't, that was his disapproval. And even Lou Dobbs corrected it, and there's no one more loyal to Donald Trump than Lou Dobbs. Do you think, well, Trump still got it up, so I don't care about reality. I'm gonna say he has a 55% approval rating. I wonder, like, are you really, like, have you lost touch with sanity and reality that much? And the answer is probably yes for some of them. My guess is, and maybe I'm being naive to this day, that they have any sanity left, that they have to make an excuse for him. They're like, well, I mean, it's definitely not true, so I don't know what to do about that. Even Lou Dobbs says it's not true. So my guess is they'll say, oh yeah, he's owning the libs. I love that one. I love it so much because he's owning the libs by being an idiot. How does that own us? I'm pretty sure that owns you. And he's like, and by lying and by not understanding anything about the news or politics or his current situation and never fixing an obvious error, he's owning you. No, I'm pretty sure he's owning you.
I hate to, okay, so even I don't hate to do it this way, that's why I'm taking it back. Even in breaking down the way Lou Dobbs issued that correction. A correction usually time is quick and to the point. Last night we made a mistake on the show. The poll actually said this, we apologize for the misunderstanding, whatever. Instead, he started with, we have a poll on radical Dems. So the ears perk up like, wait, we're gonna listen to radical Dems. The viewers like, oh, radical Dems poll, this is disgusting. Then he goes on to say we had the mistake, and I'm not lying to you. There's a way that you go through a sentence where you blow through. He goes, it was actually not 55%, but then there's 58% on the economy. So you hear that part, that stuck. Radical Dems poll coming, 58% economy. Then went on to joke about those, most of them are gonna be okay anyway. So there's 3 deflection points to make sure you didn't really observe that he's saying, I messed up. The whole point is to say, I messed up last night. That was lost in 3 different things he was actually portraying to you. And I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing. That's why I said I don't want to do it. But it's a way to still deflect from the fact he's supposed to deliver. I was wrong last night. I apologize for the mistake.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad you did do it because I just realized one of the reasons why he did that. It's because Trump is watching. Yeah. He doesn't want to upset Trump, so he doesn't want to say, oh, by the way, Mr. President, sorry, your approval rating actually sucks. So he's like, radical Dems, Trump, squirrel over there, right? And the reparations, squirrel over there, right? That we were wrong. Okay, Trump didn't catch that, right? No way he caught it. Way too dumb to catch that. Let's move on.
And also the idea that 58% of the people think you're doing fine with the economy, yet 55% of the people hate you.
Wow, right? That's a great point, Brett. So like, imagine how much they hate you on other stuff. Okay, and by the way, today I did what the president should have done before he tweeted it. I checked his average of the polls. I went to Real Clear Politics, checked the average of all the different polls on him, and right now he stands at an approval rating of not 55, but 41.2%.
And technically, yeah, this wasn't even like job approval. This is like, what do you think about Donald Trump? And they were like unfavorable 55%, just like, ugh, don't like the guy.
Yeah, 41.2% is terrible for a president. Terrible. And so there's this mythology that is aided and abetted by cable news that the country's 50-50. They're not 50-50 on Donald Trump. I think they're wrong on his handling of the economy, but even if at 58% saying he's handling the economy well, still he's deeply disliked in the country. 41% does not win you elections. The only asterisk to that is unless you're running against an establishment Democrat like Hillary Clinton. Okay. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.